Hello, everyone. I'm Philip Auerbach, president of Auerbach International, Inc. I'd like to talk to you today about how opportunities abound beyond the familiar US market. The US has around 42 million Latinos who speak Spanish at home, and Latin America has around 455 million Spanish speakers, plus another 203 million Portuguese speakers in Brazil. And those totals do not count another 110 million Spanish and Portuguese speakers in Europe and in Africa. In spite of tariff threats, US exports of products and services in May 2024 alone were over $260 billion, a low monthly total. So doomsayers who seemed closed to the world either seemed to be smoking lots of weed or drinking lots of whiskey for breakfast. One of the main ways to seize these opportunities for expansion and to gain new revenue streams is to convert your content into other world languages. And content means courses, books, audios, videos, brochures, websites, contracts, meetings, social media, podcasts, and even phone calls, all of which can be rendered in other languages, both incorrectly and correctly. In essence, you can do the process wrong or you can do it right. To do the process incorrectly means relying solely on AI solutions, such as Google Translate, or many programs that you can find online. In some cases, these programs are very good, but even in the most common language, which is Spanish, AI solutions still make mistakes. Sometimes these mistakes involve wrong word choices or grammar patterns. Sometimes mistakes arise because AI does not convert measurements, such as from imperial to metric, or does almost no cultural adaptation. And sometimes mistakes arise because AI does not properly convert nuances or expressions. One example is from the book Cracking the Celebrity Code by Ray Perez, who, according to Google rankings, is the world's #1 branding expert. In the first pages of his book, which our firm translated into Spanish, Ray had the expression, "Are you ready to rock and roll?" AI translated this expression into Spanish as, "¿Estás listo para el rock and roll?" Notice that AI did not translate rock and roll, an expression which Spanish does not have. Instead, the correct translation of the expression would have been, "Are you ready to get started?" or "Are you ready to plunge in?" The issue becomes that if you rely on AI alone, and if it showcases your courses or books or websites with mistakes, what will your prospects conclude about your own dedication to accuracy and precision? If you're not going to spend slightly more to radiate and guarantee excellence, what will your prospects in turn conclude that you will also shortcut them to save a buck? To convert languages correctly, which means with A+ accuracy and precision to reflect your own image for professionalism and reliability, involves a multi-step process, whether for translating, which is to convert anything written, or interpreting, which is to convert anything spoken. The translation process to guarantee accuracy can start with AI, but should also include 4 major criteria. First, review by a professionally trained linguist with a master's or equivalent degree. That schooling ensures that the linguist knows correct spelling, grammar, word usage, expressions, nuances, and cultural adaptation in the target language, which is the language that your file is going into. Secondly, the linguist must have at least 10 years ongoing experience. That means that he or she is not a part-time professor, an amateur just starting out, or your neighbor who used to live in that country, or Maria down the hall who came from that country when she was 10. Those people do not normally know technical terminology or specialized vocabulary, as most business projects require. Thirdly, the linguist must be a native speaker of the target language to ensure that he or she knows proper nuances and cultural adaptation. And fourth, and most importantly, the criterion for doing the process correctly ensures that the linguist must know how to speak your subject's vocabulary in both English and the target language. Each industry, whether finance or real estate or music or anything else, has its own terminology, which only professionals who specialize in that field know well in both languages. If you're going to hire a language agency, please ensure that the agency does not translate using AI alone, and that it does use a hybrid method of AI plus human professional qualified translators. This combination will guarantee A+ accuracy and precision. And just for you to know, pricing of written translations is based on the number of words in the source file at a specified rate per word, and that rate varies by language. Sometimes there are extra charges for layout or rush delivery or very technical terminology, and there are also reductions for text repetitions. So this is the reason that in the language agency, in most cases, needs to see your file and know your desired languages to provide an accurate quote. In general, and to determine the delivery timeframe, you can estimate the translators handling about 3,000 words per day. And since each language uses its own specialized, dedicated linguistic team, all contracted languages work simultaneously. That means that if you want your course or video or website translated into Portuguese, French, German, and Arabic at the same time, each language has its own specialized team. Your project manager will share information that's common to all languages, such as whether the word instructor refers to a woman and therefore should have feminine endings, which it does not carry in English. But otherwise, all language teams work simultaneously and separately with a delivery time frame of around 3,000 words per day.